Stop watching this video if you consider it mere entertainment. This video is created with the purpose of helping us become wiser individuals by recalling the history of God's devoted servants.
This story begins when Allah SWT gave a command to Prophet Ibrahim that would test his faith and resolve. He was instructed to take his wife and child to a distant place, a barren and uninhabited valley. The long journey began. Ibrahim, Hajar, and Ismail set out towards the place determined by Allah. They traversed the barren desert under the scorching sun. After an exhausting journey, they arrived in a desolate and barren valley. This was the place chosen by Allah, the valley that would later become the holy city of Makkah. With full trust in Allah, Ibrahim prepared to leave Hajar and Ismail in that valley. It was a heavy decision, but he carried it out with complete obedience. As he walked away, Ibrahim prayed to Allah. Ibrahim pleaded for Allah to protect his family and grant them righteous offspring in this barren land. Now, Hajar and Ismail were alone in the barren valley, with only a small amount of provisions. The sun grew hotter, and Hajar began to feel increasing worry. When the water ran out and Ismail began to thirst, Hajar felt desperate. She decided to search for water around the valley. Hajar ran from Shafa to Marwah, back and forth 7 times, hoping to find water for Ismail. In the midst of her desperation, Allah SWT bestowed his mercy. Water gushed forth from the ground near where Ismail there. This was Zamzam, water full of blessings. Default texture presence of the Zamzam spring soon attracted the attention of passing tribes. The Jurham tribe eventually settled in a valley, bringing new life to Makkah. Years later, Ibrahim returned to Makkah, together with the now-grown Ismail. They received Allah's command to build the Kaaba. The Kaaba stood firmly in the middle of the Makkah valley, becoming the first house dedicated to the worship of Allah SWT. This is the brief story of Prophet Ismail and Hajar, a story that shows the heroic spirit of a mother and stands as evidence of the obedience of both Ibrahim and Hajar in carrying out God's heavy commands. What do you think we can take from this story? I believe this story is closely related to the preparation of the holy city of Makkah. A barren land without life became a bustling land and the center of Islamic worship since the appearance of the water known as Zamzam. We know that water is the source of life. Without water, no one would be willing to stay. Moreover, the presence of righteous people, namely Hajar and Ibrahim, made that area a place full of blessings. It became the starting point for spreading the teachings of monotheism to the travelers, who later became the inhabitants around that area. For me, this was an extraordinarily intelligent plan for the development of civilization. If God had not sent righteous people to that place, perhaps today that valley would just be a barren valley without any significant value. What do you think? Do you have any other lessons that you can share in the comments?